A lot of people are thinking that right now, what's going on in the market, so with Bitcoin going down, with SPY going down, that this is a good dip buying opportunity. But I personally think that there is more to come. And in this video, I'll show you exactly why I think so. So I'll start by showing a little case study on Bitcoin and what's been happening to its price action. So here you can see that currently we've dropped all the way from 126K all the way down to 80K. And this drop here, could we have seen it coming? Yes, we did. And how do we know that? It's because here initially, let's start on August 15th. So on August 15th, Bitcoin reached a high of 124.3K. And at this time here, if I scroll over here, you'll see that this alignment here, it was in perfect red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet orientation. So at this stage, Bitcoin was extremely bullish. And I'm checking this on the 4-hour chart. And slowly, like Bitcoin comes down to test this blue support. But how this indicator works is as long as these red and orange lines are above, there's no real reason for Bitcoin to continue dropping. So at this stage, it retests the blue line, and then red and orange start to come down, and now it's flipped. So like red, orange, yellow in reverse order. Now it's flipped. So then afterwards, Bitcoin starts to come down, and until yellow and green switch as well. So here now it's like red, orange, yellow, green in the opposite order. Now it's ready to come down to the next level, which is 113K here at indigo. So at this stage, it comes down to indigo, but at each stage, it should progress further and further by um, these higher level um, these higher levels coming down below blue. So like red, orange, yellow, green. Now once yellow, green cross over to blue, then it comes down to the next support. So here you see yellow and green have now crossed blue. Now it's ready to come down to violet. So here it actually ends up doing a retest. It fails and then finally comes down to touch here. And that is where we were. So Bitcoin even ends up coming below. And what that means is like, let's say October 29, it came down here, right? But in reality, um, as long as blue is still above indigo and violet, because we have these basically like the lower the level, so blue, indigo, violet, as long as they're bullish, it's still overall bullish. But as it comes lower and lower, so blue is now finally crossing over, and the price will always try to attempt to retest. Now, it tries to retest, but if it loses it at this point, then Bitcoin will fall much harder. So here it fails, and what happens? It's still trying, it's still trying, it's still bouncing off this, and then it manages to get above and bring everything back in the correct order. And then it continues to what happens here? So it goes at this stage, it could have gone. So this is September 29th. Um, let's check on the daily what happened there. So this is the daily. Let's go to September 29th. September 29th is here. So at this stage, what happened was we were in correct orientation on the 4-hour, but on September 29th here, what happened was it was correct, it was going, then it came down to test blue. So this is at 107K. And on the 4-hour on September 29, we were at we were down here, but this there was a daily support there. So it bounced off the daily, came back up, then comes back down here. Now at this stage, it's still not going to have any big drop because right now all of these levels are still good. So at this stage, it was red, orange, but it's still yellow, green, blue. So far it was fine. It comes back here to test the support, and it's not going to have any significant drop until everything comes down. So at this stage, here, green has now finally crossed blue again. So it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So now at this stage, it's possible for it to go down. Either it will retest and get back up like we saw before, or it will retest, fail, and just get destroyed. So at this point, blue is coming down. Now blue has crossed even indigo here. So that's starting to look pretty bad. And then does one more retest. And now at this stage, it tries to get back up, and now blue is below violet as well. So now blue is below everything. So at this point, if price is to fall, and we're currently at still at 106, like at the lowest. But if it is to fall now it is gonna have a big drop. So here starts to drop, starts to drop. Now indigo is crossing violet, so now it's going extreme bear orientation, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So now if it is to drop, right now it only reached 99K. But if it's to drop now, it is going to be a big one. So here it's trying to come back up and it doesn't, and now it gets absolutely crushed. So this is currently where Bitcoin is at. So we've seen it's in complete bearish orientation right now. And after that, it came all the way from around 100 something K all the way down to 80K. So now what's next for Bitcoin? Well, if you look at the 1 day, so on the 1 day, it doesn't look too bad yet. Right now, it's continuously been bouncing off the blue support, like the 107 line, 107. And then on the 4 hour, when it finally turned bear, only at that point it came all the way down to retest this violet line at 88K. So right now we are in red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So it looks pretty bearish. But what can happen is Bitcoin can easily come back up here, and this red line is at 91K. So if you go to the 4 hour again, we have this green at 91. So it's very possible that it comes here to retest green here at 91 before any further thing can happen. So what it would depend is, can it get above 91K and stay up long enough to bring all of these back up? If it can, then there's probably no risk of us going down further. But if it doesn't, then what's going to happen is yellow, green, blue, these will come below indigo, which means it's down, it's ready for the next leg down. So it all depends on, can it get back above 91K and can it stay there long enough for it to bring everything back up on the 4 hour? If not, then what's going to happen is the longer it stays below, especially this 88K level, all of these are going to come down. These are going to get below this line here, and then it'll move to the next leg down. So you check on the weekly, and that would be 75K. So as of right now, I think it's pretty likely that it comes to 75K. It'll be pretty telling what happens here. I think it's definitely going to go to 91K first to retest it. Now, can it stay long enough by tomorrow morning? That will be the key on if it's going to go down or if it's going to be able to recover from here. Right now, I'm strongly leaning that it will continue downwards. I think 91K is just a retest, but it'll fail. Um, on the 1 month, it's 71. So like right now on the month, it's still red, orange, yellow. Like there's nothing to be bearish yet here. But on the weekly, you can see that red and orange have crossed. So it's like red, orange have reversed. Now, if these come below yellow, then it's very likely we're going to 74K. And after that, the next leg down is at 47. So it's a pretty steep drop here. We can definitely see like a 92K retest, then down to 75. And then if we do make it 75, then I'm pretty sure we're going to go even to 47 because at this point, I think there's going to be some big liquidations happening, especially with MSTR holding a good chunk of Bitcoin. And they are, I think their average is about 75K. So like those guys are at huge risk. Like MSTR looks terrible. I don't know if they're going to make it out of here. If Bitcoin falls, probably not. But looking at SPY as well. So SPY, what's happening? Let's check starting from the 4 hour. So SPY, it looks significantly better on the 4 hour than Bitcoin. You can see it's just red, orange, yellow. It's green, yellow. So yellow and green have not even crossed yet, but it's on the verge of crossing. Like it's super duper close. Like at this stage, these are at 671. So the only way for this to save itself is early this week, like Monday, Tuesday, it tries to retest 672 and gets above. So that would be the only hope for SPY. If not, then yellow and green cross the other way. You get red, orange, yellow, green. Then you're ready for the next move down, which is 628. So right now, I think SPY looks kind of bearish. You check on the 1 day, it's also red orange, so it's reversed here. And you can see like the yellow line, like this is at 671. So the longer it stays below, these are going to drag down. But I think the next step would be it might try to retest 671. If it passes, just like Bitcoin passing 91K, then we're good for no like further drops. But if not, then we have a huge leg down to 638 on SPY and 75K on Bitcoin. Um, if I check on the 1 hour, we see like on the 1 hour, it's bounced off of violet here, but it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So all of this is already flipped. Right now, indigo and violet are still up, but because it's like this, if the price loses 655 here on Monday, it's pretty likely that it starts to move down towards 640 level. We're sitting at Bitcoin testing 91K, SPY having the test 672. And it's critical that they get above it ASAP. Otherwise, the next move down is looking likely. And the final thing that I will just quickly show is VIX, which is the inverse SPY volatility index. So as SPY goes down with volatility, then VIX goes up. And this is a um, pretty good thing to check here. VIX, like you should always have your eyes on VIX. If VIX is getting high, then markets are at risk, and we are likely to have sell-offs. So VIX, if you look at it, the last time it really spiked was in that April crash that we had, and earlier we had this October 17 drop. So it doesn't really like get above this level here at 28. It's very rare for it to happen, and if it does, like right now, it's sitting pretty close. But if it does get above 28, then we get a major drop. And currently, if you look at VIX, it's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, indigo, and it's on the verge, like it's a couple cents away from crossing. So this is super close to crossing. And on the daily, it is red, orange, yellow, green, blue. But indigo and violet have not crossed, and blue has not crossed them. But this is extremely close to crossing. This is like extreme danger territory. The only other time that it was like that was literally that April drop. So we are at like extreme risk territory. Like usually this is the time when you want to be buying, but for me personally, I think that we might have some retests this week, but ultimately we're gonna end up going down just because like VIX is looking way too bullish and Bitcoin and SPY are looking extremely bearish. I mean, they still have hope of getting back above 91 and 670, but keep your eyes out on the market. If you see the retest and if you lose, let's say Bitcoin loses the 85K level again and SPY loses 655, then be very on alert there and um, invest accordingly. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think we're gonna go up to 670 or Bitcoin goes to 91K and passes, or we're gonna keep dropping to 75K and the 640 level?